Okay, so quick 30 seconds of context. Derek Brunson and I have DM'd back and forth on Instagram. I told him I'd whoop him, that he's trash. Just kidding. Obviously never do that to anybody. I happened to be on vacation for like 2 days in the same area that his gym was located, so I sent him an extra DM, was like, hey bud, you mind if I come train? Want to get some rounds in with you? He said, yes, absolutely. So what you're about to watch is me sparring with a couple of his students, breaking that down, and then same thing with Mr. Derek Brunson himself. Make sure you guys go follow him on all of his social medias. I give you some stuff that he plugged later. Make sure you check that out. He's got a fight coming up August 1st. Make sure you guys go support him on that. Mr. Brunson, thank you, sir, for kicking my butt. Hope you guys enjoy the video. And we are off. A little sidekick to start things out. He's standing really tall right off the bat, so I'm kind of thinking about what he's trying to do. I can feel like it's going to be a little more kickery. I can tell he's got some range. Oh, landing a little cross there. Just interrupted his timing a little bit. Probably wasn't expecting me to come in. One of the things about fighting really tall is that it decreases your range by just a small amount. How far away you can punch and kick is shortened because of how much of that range is using to keep you upright. A little blitzing timing there. Then he hits me with an outside crescent kick. And at this point I'm like, okay, Taekwondo, most likely fighting pretty tall, leaned back a little bit more over that back leg so that front leg can swing around. Yep, and there I verified that he is a Taekwondo guy. And what's really cool about this is while he is fighting tall, he's not necessarily slower or not able to reach me because he has that length, and fighting tall makes it a little bit harder on me because I have to go up now to hit those strikes. And I also have to get past his front foot, which makes life really difficult. What's interesting is it's kind of like a mix between a Muay Thai and a Taekwondo style because he's got that really light footwork. A little sweep action here, watch this. Boop. But yeah, because he has that knee pointed towards me, he can throw some teeps. Oh, I got caught with the left there. I think I get another one here. Boop. Yeah, just touches me on the way out. He's really long. Control there, throwing that spinning hook kick to a roundhouse kick. Would not have hurt him at all because it was kind of just a showing thing. Trying to throw some feints here, see if he'll bite on anything, see if I can come in. We start to get a little up close and personal on this one. All right, now notice that body shot first. Okay, so what I did there, going body shot to start it off, and then I know he's gonna try and fight this, so I'm gonna go hook and then a cross and then a headshot. And that's what I call a chubby surprise. Bing! Then we're going a little bit more here. He catches me. I lean a little too far in on this body shot cross, so got to work on that because he caught me there. But again, showing those fancy kicks here. I think I throw a hook kick to his roundhouse kick, so we both just kind of eat it. Here's a fun one. So what I'm doing is I fake. Oh, and then he catches me again. Touching the body, fake, seeing what he does. Now I'm going to go fake this low body shot. Fake it again, come up, and then throw a cross. And what I did is I parried his hand there. Watch his left hand here, pulls that hand down, and then switch and throw that cross, a little booperino, and then he goes load up. His reach is so long, he touches me right in the nostrils, right in the sniffer. Okay, moving on a little bit more. A little spinning back and forth Taekwondo, karate type stuff. Throws a couple more body shots. Don't get him with the chubby surprise there. Back and forth, throwing some crosses. Picks that knee up high enough, which is really cool because of that tall stance. You can pick your knee up whenever. It's a lot easier to check things, move them around as you want to, rather than just, you know, kind of had the inevitable come, which is them hitting your leg. This guy was really fun to spar with. I enjoyed this a lot. A lot of these guys had great control, but could also turn it up when need be. Looking around a little bit more, throw some kicks. What I'm expecting is I've got a little bit of range on him. I'll probably try and out-time him, coming in with those shots and getting back out as quickly as I can. Woohoo! Went in a little slow there, so I had to work my way around some head movement. This is what I call a little too close for comfort. But yeah, just moving around, throwing some of these attacks, going back and forth. Knew I shouldn't have thrown that one. Had a little disgust on my face, leaning way too far back for that kick. What I'm trying to do recently is that if I'm throwing a lead leg attack, I want to have my body in front of my back hip. So if I lean too far backwards, that means I'm not going to have much behind my kick. Starting to bounce around a little bit, see what he does. What I'm really trying to do here is get him to bite on stuff. There I try and go cross step into a spinning rear kick, touch him a little bit, but not much to do anything. What I work on here a lot is throwing a rear leg cross, stepping through, and then throwing another cross to the body. I think I'll do it a couple times here. We'll see. A lot of this is cut out because people will step in front and makes it difficult for me to break anything down. So apologize for that. Or I'll just cut out dead space where we're just kind of thinking things through. Old double jab up there. Trying to let him get up close and personal, work on some of my own boxing. More so working on like taking things and then trading, trying to find my openings. Throws a nice little knee there. Go for my sweep again. A lot of these I don't put a lot behind the sweep because we're in a pretty closed off. When I say closed off, there's a lot of people around. So I try not to dump people. But I want to work on getting the movement of dumping somebody down. Great sparring match there. Good dude. So what was really interesting about this day is the difference in sparring styles between these three different guys. And we'll go with Derek after this. But what you notice is this guy's hardly moving at all. Touch him with a little head kick there. Chubby surprise. But yeah, very stoic fight style this guy has. Really good hands, so I knew I was going to have to start bouncing around, not feed into his game and just kind of stand there and wait for him to throw whatever he's going to throw. His style was very offensive in the sense that he wasn't necessarily trying to fight your fight. He was going to move forwards regardless of what you were throwing, or he was going to stay there regardless of what you were doing on the outside. Here's that double cross I mentioned again, where I go head with the backhand and then step off to the right and then go body with the other. Throwing some low leg stuff here, trying to see if I can get him to move a little bit, come towards me, because if I know if he comes towards me, I can time him out with those side kicks, those longer range attacks. Eat a couple things there, run into a big man. So we get later in the round here. Each of them are about 3-minute rounds. So once that 3 minutes is almost up, you start to get, not chippy, but you let things go a little bit more. You start to throw a little bit more. Try to hit him with a lead leg head kick there. Slip my foot there, don't judge me. I think we just hear the 30-second bell there. Ooh, really interesting combo there. So essentially what happens is I like to use a lot of parries in my game, so what I do is I throw a back fist, parry the roundhouse kick, try and put it back down, and force my hand over top of the overhand. Here we exchange a little bit, and I kind of do something I just told myself not to do. I throw a low round, follow a little bit, and then I throw a lead leg roundhouse kick. Now it gets up there, but it's kind of hard to say how hard those are going to hit. So it's probably not something that I would want to throw in real life that often, which means I probably shouldn't throw it in sparring that often, because that's where you build your habits, is in those sparring classes. Getting a little bit chippier here, throwing those combos. He's trying to back me up so we can get to his range. I want to move out, circle around there, not stay there for too long. Probably about 10 seconds left here. I start to bounce around, feel things out, and then I want to make sure I can get one last one in before the bell. So here I go, and a boop, blitz there. I'll rewind that one. I take the option of parry here again. Watch that left hand touch and pull that hand down as I throw that hand over top. I try and move that hand out of the way and then slip inside of it. And now this is technically our second go at it, but this is probably about 7 3-minute rounds in. Derek and I going after it again. Nice dude, was awesome to spar with, was able to go light when we went light. Foot slips there. That's the worst, when you're throwing those side kicks and your foot slips off a real slick shirt and you put it back down and you're just toast. A lot more pressure there. Oof, that little shovel hook to the jaw there landed flush. Throwing some leg kicks here. What I realized is that his movement was really good. Goodness, he's fast too. And he blitzes me a little bit here too. So what I have to work on, especially in a room that has a lot of people in it, is not having to give up too much ground there. Kind of sit on those shots, and when he blitzes, make him pay for it. Whether or not I do that, it's not important. Let's not talk about it. Do that double jab there. I felt that one. Derek's one of those guys where he might not put a lot of power behind it, but as he throws something, you know it's there. A little cool exchange there where not a lot happens, but it feels cool. Pretty much like those movie-style fights. I don't think I really land much on him here. I land like maybe a spinning rear kick, like a check hook. Don't get a lot landed here. Didn't really blitz as much here, mostly because I knew the consequences of what would happen if I blitz. You know, when you fight somebody who's got a little bit of more heavy hands, you know what they're capable of. That blitzing becomes more of a second-hand thought when not getting punched or kicked in the face is your first-hand thought. Long body shot that I like to throw there. It's kind of like a ridge hand almost to the body. Blocking a lot of these kicks, when somebody's super offensive like this and they've got something behind it, it makes it difficult to flow through, because in order to block something you have to kind of stop yourself and make yourself more sturdy. Here's a really cool exchange that I like here. Makes me feel good that my boxings get a little bit better. That being said, I don't land much, but the head movement, I think I get out of the way of a couple shots here. As we start to get things a little touch rowdier, and then you know, I gotta finish it off with a little spinning rear kick action here. Boop. That one landed to the ribs a little bit, but once again, was an awesome time sparring with him. Loved it.
Hey man, I appreciate you.
Hey, thanks for coming on.
Hey, what's the address? Do you want people to come down here?
3500 early in the job, went to North Carolina. Anytime you guys want to train, that's it. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah man, absolutely. It's a pleasure. Brunson, MMA, fitness. Hopefully he doesn't beat you up as bad as you do.